You gotta understand, Kanan, that how people see you now is how they're gonna see you forever.
How you want people to see you, Kanan?
I don't want them to see me as me. Not who my mother is.
Gotta be real careful, Kanan. They ain't get to where they are without dropping a whole lot of bodies behind.
Oh, like how you got the way you are?
All right.
Look with your mother, kid, not you.
It seems like those of us in business with you are now being attacked.
It's one thing not to be able to trust my son. I can almost live with that. But I have to be able to trust my business partners. It's all about who you know.
This think I'm dead.
I'm getting mine. Here I am, turn it over.
I ain't never been more alive. Thank your lucky stars you got a mother who loves you.
Beware of the hand when it's coming from the left. I ain't tripping.
Just watch your step. Can't trust it.
If you want people to see you as you, you gotta let them know who you are. Famous last words.
What's up, big ass niggas? This your boy J Miles, and I am back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking, but most importantly, make sure you share it with your glad friends. On today's video, we will be covering Power, Book 3, Raising Kanan, and this is the Season 4 official trailer breakdown. Now, I know I did a live already, basically breaking down the trailer, but I decided to go ahead and do an individual because I know everyone didn't attend that live. And the live was around, 2.5 hours long. And I know just certain people won't go back and review it because of the length of the video. So this is the individual one where me just going down. And I do have a couple of different talking points because there's a couple of things that I noticed over the little time that at the time I didn't see. So I want to go ahead and include that in as well. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Now, of course, you know, at the start of the thing, it starts off with Snaps talking, asking Kanan, you know, he's telling Kanan that basically how people see him now is how they're going to see him forever. So he's basically letting them know that, look, your prime is now. So you need to be making your mark right now to and letting people know who you are in these streets, you know, because if they see you as soft right now, you're gonna forever be known as soft. So pretty much they asked him, as in the midst of him telling that, I think Pop asked him, how do he want to be seen? And Kanan answers her and says, I want to be seen as me, Kanan. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much he's telling them, look, and I think the trailer is showing us that this is going to be the breakthrough season for Kanan. The beginning of him becoming the menace that we knew him as in the original Power, the hideous species we know as Kanan Stark. So this is going to be the start of it. And also it's letting you know, and I told y'all, I could tell by the poster that they posted before the trailer came, that how you could see that Kanan was in the center and all the other characters were like around him and smaller. I was like, it's showing y'all that Kanan is going to be the center of attention this season. Unlike the former 3 seasons where it was mostly Rock, then Kanan, right? So that's one thing that they're definitely trying to get you to see up in the trailer. And here it looks like, I think this is just, it looks like this is when Kanan is going to start, you know, spying on people from a distance in the car, like we kind of seen him doing the OG Power. You know, how he used to watch Dre, 2-Bit, Ghost, you know. He used to do that a lot in the original Power, so I'm guessing this is probably the start of it. Here you see Rock, looks like she's paying off the cops. So I'm guessing, in my opinion, reason why she's paying off the cops here is because they've been messing with her in her business since the beginning. And of course, with her not having any cops on her payroll anymore, she probably think it's a good idea to go ahead and have some on her team. So next we got here, and I know during my live, I initially said that I thought this was unique, and a couple of the subscribers said they think it's Marvin. After further review and looking more into it, I will confirm and double down that this is unique. This is not Marvin. You can tell by the head structure, actually, that this is Marvin's high top is a little higher than Neek's, for one thing. That's another thing that shows you it's not him. And then you can see, and then another thing, you see the hoop earrings. So that is absolutely Neek, I believe, that is walking into this building. So this is probably him, maybe having a meeting, maybe summoning his new crew or whatever, because of course you know he's going to be on a mission this season. Here we got Rocky. You know, he's talking to she's talking to Kanan, and she's telling him basically, you know, people can't get to where they are without dropping a bunch of bodies. So two things I want to point out here. Basically, she's telling, I think they're going to meet Snap and Pop here, because if you pay attention, they have the same clothing on that they had on when we seen them talking to Snap and Pop. So we know that Snap and Pop they are at the top of the food chain, and they've been around for a very long time. So she's telling them, look, you can't be trusting these ugly-ass niggas the way you think you can, because they are savages too. They're not your friends. They done dropped a lot of bodies along the way, and you will just be another victim if you get out of line. So and that's the first thing. And also I wanted to point out that since they have the same clothing, I believe they probably just got through having a big argument, because this is the same clothing. So you can tell that the season's gonna kick off right where it left off in season 3, because they have the same clothing on. So they're basically, I think Kanan's gonna be very upset with her, because of course she just killed his father in cold blood right in front of him. So he's gonna want answers for that, and I'm pretty sure Rock isn't gonna give him the answers that he probably would want. So that's one thing. That's another thing that we need to be looking at. And here we see Marvin looking like he's knocking out some dude. Now, a couple of people said that they believe this is the dude from season 2. I forgot his name. I think his name was Trevor, some shit. When I was on the live, people were saying that, but to me, it doesn't look like him. It looks like a guy that looks similar to him, but it doesn't look like him. And even if it does turn out to be him, it's possible that they maybe did a recast for that particular role. Like, you know, different actor, but portraying the same character. But anyways, here we got Rock. She's looking very serious about this, like something is going on. And she's not liking the look of it. Whatever it is, it's like she may have just heard something that she didn't like or whatever. But she don't look too happy here. I'm gonna say that. Here, it looks like a heist is going on. Somebody's hitting a lick. And it looks like a lot of that's going on. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I was watching Getting How I Live's channel, and he said this is Marvin. I'm not 100% sold that this is Marvin. Is this Marvin? It don't look that much like him to me. But anyways, absolutely, somebody is getting hit. We know Rock is going to be getting hit, so could this possibly be one of her spots being jacked? I'm not exactly sure, but you know, we got to be on the lookout for that. Next, we got the rooftop shot, and what looks to be like Snap and Pop meeting up with someone. Can't say exactly who these people that they're meeting are, but they're having a meeting with someone. Can't really picture that, put that out there, what that is. Next, we get to, of course, Stefano and Kanan. And what looks like Kanan approached Stefano because he knows that he is Rock's plug. Well, Rock is doing business. It's kind of crazy because Rock's plug is Quan as well, but Quan was given to him. It's the same person that the Italians use. So I kind of wonder how that works. Is they just business partners and stuff like that? But he was the link to Quan. But either way, we know Kanan had approached Stefano and looks like he was trying to get work from him as well, but he told him he works for his mother. Well, he works with his mother, not for her. And basically, it seems like, he was telling him he don't want to do business with a child, especially a child of someone he already has on his, in his network. But anyways, here it looks like Kanan's a little upset about something. Maybe he found out some news that wasn't good news, and I could say it could be maybe when somebody close to him is gone, maybe famous, perhaps maybe even the thing he found out that baby of Crystal isn't his, or the baby just didn't survive, whichever one. It just looks like he's not happy here. Next, we see what looks like it's probably unique, and I think this is when he's hitting one of Rock's spots. As you can see, he's taking out one of these guys, and who I would guess is one of Rock's guys, as they are hitting him for a lick. Next, we see what looks like probably, I would guess, one of the Italian bosses looking out the window, or maybe just a bodyguard looking out the window at someone driving a car. What looks like to me a car that Neek would be driving around, but then again, this car looks a little nice, and it kind of looks like maybe Neek is kind of transitioning over to, not being so flashy. He kind of want to hide in the shadows. But hey, I don't know. Next, we got the ugly-ass Chinese dude that didn't want to work with Rock initially, but they strong-armed him in it, along with his whiny little punk-ass brother. And basically, he's telling Rock, look, all of your networks is under attack right now. Like, all the people that we do business with are getting hit right now. What's going on? So pretty much this is very similar to the original Power when Ghost Network was being hit. And of course, we know that it was Kanan that was behind that. And Lobos was letting them know, basically, you don't know who's behind all these hits. And of course, it looks like maybe some more continuation of Rock's, because this is right here I'm positive of. It's Rock's warehouse where they're having her product at. So this guy here, I would say, is probably one of the guys that's maybe working with Neek, and they're hitting the spot for a lick. And of course, in the midst of it, this looks like the aftermath of it, and they're possibly trying to escape here. Now here, it looks like what I would say is Kanan possibly running. Where is he running from? I don't know. You do see a car there, right? That's coming up. So maybe this car is potentially attempting to do a drive-by on him, and Kanan's trying to get away. Maybe he just got through doing something that, was pretty troublesome, and he's trying to get away as the car is speeding up on it. So it's probably going to be like a scene where, the car shoots at him, he dives down, and of course, he makes it. Next, we see we do see Kanan. He's walking up on Rock, and then, I don't know, just by the looks of it, to me, it looks like maybe they're meeting up about something that's going on, and Rock looks like she's in very deep thought. And I would say that deep thought is wondering is whether or not she's making the right decision. And of course, she has deep concerns about her child, because Kanan is growing further and further apart from her, and it seems as if she can't do anything about it. But why don't you just stop lying to the man for a change and tell him the truth? And then, of course, he thinks everything that comes out of your mouth is a lie now. But if you keep on telling him the truth, and doing right by him, maybe eventually he'll accept you back as his mother. But hey, what do I know? Anyways, though, next we see here Kanan is there with Rock, and she's telling him she can almost, understand. accept that, she can't trust her son, but one thing she can't do is she got to be able to trust her business partners. Now, it seems like when she's saying that she's talking to Kanan, but because you see Kanan, he has the camouflage jacket on. That's another thing I noticed, that Kanan is wearing that camouflage jacket on. Now, I know a lot of people have been saying the RSK, they think that, I believe they're saying that the Moore a character that's going to show up in season 5 might end up being the leader of the RSKs, but you got to remember that Kanan was the original leader of the RSKs, not nobody else. Remember, he told Q-Dubs that everything he has, he gave to Ghost and Kanan, and Ghost and Kanan gave it to Roller. So I believe Kanan possibly was the originator of the RSKs. So maybe he could form that group in rebellion to his own mother. Now I'll probably do a deeper dive video on that, but that'll be a different video. But anyways, of course, here you see Kanan again. I don't know exactly where it is at. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I don't know what the hell happened here. But of course, wherever it is, I think it may have been him going to a stash spot of his. This looks like for sure this is where his stash spot is at. And of course, he is going and he's looking at it. He has a shit ton of money here. What it makes me wonder is if whether or not this is the money that he got from Rock, because I believe for sure that $500K, he's gonna end up taking that from Rock. That's my opinion. And it may be him and Neek split that money together, but who knows? Next, we see Rock looking down at something. Looks like something messed up that she's doing, and she's laughing at somebody's pain or laughing at something vindictive and evil that she's doing, and they're looking down at it. And it also looks like, y'all can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but is this guy next to her the same guy that Marvin knocked out that we seen earlier? Let me know that in the comments. But next we see Detective Garcia walking along with Juke. I think this could be the start of her possibly entering the police academy. And the question is, what has happened that makes her want to lean towards the police? Is it possible that maybe her father was taken out, or perhaps another time of events? I'm not exactly sure, but we definitely see her with Detective Garcia. Next, we got Pop, and she is telling, I think she's talking to Kanan here, saying that it's all about who you know. So basically, you can tell, like I said earlier, that Snap and Pop has been around, and they have been around for quite a while. They were in the game, but they got out, they were tired. But it seems as if they couldn't shake it off, and they're slowly but surely getting their hands dirty, getting back into the game. And I believe it's going to cost them. But yeah, she's telling them that it's about who you know. And then, of course, next, we get this image of what looks like to be Lulu and some kind of new love interest. Now, I've seen a couple of channels saying that this could possibly be Pop. And I initially, when I first looked at it, thought it was her as well. But then after further looking at it, I was like, I don't know. It might not be her. And then also, of course, we did a live. I showed this on the live. And majority of the audience said they don't think this is Pop. So I will go ahead and go with this is not her as of now. But I'm also say this. If it is Pop, it's got to be some kind of master manipulation going on. But I would say both parties could possibly be doing this. The question is, who will come out on top if that does turn out to be the case? Next, we see what looks like somebody's bringing a stash of money to someone that's writing something down, and somebody comes and do a delivery. So if I had to guess of who I think this possibly is, I'm gonna say this gotta be between Early Tyler, who I think is the highest candidate, because he looks like he's the business type that does business, and you see the long, sleeve jacket on that he had on. We saw him prior, so this I'm gonna go with it, but it could also be Lulu because he's always doing some kind of work, writing stuff down as well. But I'm gonna go with those two as of now. But I guess they got some kind of work or business going on, and somebody just dropping him out his cut. Next, we see the Golden Pavilion, and it's been a crime scene, and I would say this is probably after Neek hit the spot, because we seen in the teaser trailer that so folks are going to be setting it on fire, and of course, I would say that this is 100% Unique that was behind this, because he knows that this exists, and of course Rock started taking it over, and Neek feels some type of way about it because he feel like Rock did him dirty and took the business from under him and probably set him up, along with possibly his brother Ronnie. So he's like, I'm gonna burn this whole. We actually seen him saying on another trailer, which I'll be breaking down later, that he plans to burn this B down, right? So next, we go ahead and we see what looks like to be Early Tyler handing Neek over a gun. And of course, Early Tyler, while in the midst of this, looks like he's very afraid. But hey, why the hell wouldn't you be? Look at this big glad nigga. That mind nigga as hell. I probably been scared too. Not only is he physically ignorant as hell now, the mind ignorant as hell mentally. So you got to deal with it. And then he got the gun pointing at him, and he's saying that bitch think I'm dead. That's another thing that I wanted to point out. Initially, when I saw this, I thought that he was saying that Ronnie, so I thought this was a flashback thing, and that he was saying Ronnie thinks I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? But I could never be more effing alive, right? So perhaps this isn't a flashback scene, and he's talking about Rock. Because keep in mind, he's going to be going after the Thomas family. So this could be in the present day, and he's getting ready to go after Rock currently. Or it could still be a flashback, and he was telling Early Tyler then that he's about to go after Rock. Either way, I'm positive he was talking about Rock, and it wasn't a flashback scene of him talking about Ronnie. Next, we see Rock looks like she's, I don't know, almost surprised, shocked, possibly, as she looks at something or someone from a distance. And I don't know, it just looks like she's a little, not scared, but possibly a little like she's just overthinking of what could, maybe she's just reflecting on her life or something like that, of what all the decisions that she's made and that led her to here, but not exactly sure. Next, of course, we see someone looks like they're delivering something to Kanan at his place. Now, somebody is saying that some people have been saying it looks like a new dude that's possibly doing some stuff for him. Who knows? Because we've been seeing what looks like to be a younger guy that's been coming around. Some of them I thought maybe could possibly be Juke, but maybe this is a different person that people has been saying. Who knows? It could be Ghost. We just never know, because they haven't shown the face or nothing like that. It does look like a younger kid. So, hey, we just never know. Next, of course, we see we're at the basketball court, and this is indeed the exact same basketball court that we've seen in season 3, where Rock was looking from a distance in her car. And it's crazy that they have Kanan here also looking at this same area. So it lets me know that it's something up with this basketball court. Now, initially we were saying that maybe D-Wiz's brother was over there. That's what I kind of thought, that it could possibly be a possibility that that's it. And it looks like Kanan, he's with Juke. They're both looking at the same person from a distance, right? And then after he sees him, he gets ready to head out. He heads out to get ready because he had a gun on him as well. He gets ready. Looks like he's getting ready to head out to get whoever it was, and maybe he gets back in because he sees someone that he didn't expect to see. Who is that someone? Could it be D-Wiz's brother? Could it be Neek? I don't know. Of course, this right here goes back to the scene with Kanan and Stefano. And it's basically Stefano is telling Kanan he should be thanking the lucky stars that he has a mother that cares about him. So I guess, in my opinion, I think he's telling him, look, if you was anybody else to step to me like that, you would have already been dead. But since I am in business with your mother and your mother cares deeply for you, I'm going to spare your life. But like I told y'all in the trailer, on the live for the trailer breakdown, I think Kanan will end up taking out your boy Stefano. But anyways, next we get to a club. Now, we don't know exactly what club this is, but I think it is a possibility that this could possibly be something linked to Lulu. But hey, I could be wrong. Maybe Lulu doesn't turn out to be Ghost Dad, like I've been saying, and this could be those Ghost Dad's club. But this doesn't look like the club that we seen in season 6. So I don't think that is the case. But either way, this probably is something linked to Lulu. Next, we see Juke. She's holding the gun, and this got to be the second image that we've seen Juke holding the gun. So I would say, especially with her wearing the OG jukebox braids, that this is also the breakthrough season for Juke. She's gonna catch her first body this season, so we can book that. And this is the second time we've seen her with a gun. This is probably after she's already caught her first body. And she's thinking about what she's done and the fact that she's probably gonna have to do it again. That's just my opinion. Anyways, next, I think this is Rock here. She's coming into her warehouse. She's seeing the aftermath of what has happened. Neek ran a rampage up in the place, him and his crew. She see a bunch of dead bodies, missing product, missing money, and she's curious of who could possibly be behind all of this. Next, of course, we see Kanan, and it looks like he's at the bar with Snap and Pop. Now, I can't quite remember what's the dialogue that's going on during the trailer during this particular time, but as you can see, he does. It's crazy. He's wearing the hell out of this camouflage, and just my opinion, I don't know. Like I said, it could mean that the RSK is being formed, could mean the Ghost is coming. I'm not exactly sure. But next we get to Marvin, and it looks like he's kicking in a door. Now, like I said before in the live, this place looks very familiar. I can't put my finger on what it is, like where exactly Marvin is at. Perhaps this is inside of Marvin's house. This is Marvin's house. Maybe so. And he's kicking in the door. The only reason I can see him kicking in this door like this is that something is going down and maybe he's here to save someone. So perhaps Juke is in trouble, maybe. And he's here to hurry up and save his daughter. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I guess we'll just have to find out. But next, we got what looks like to be Neek pulling down on some little kid. Now, this is another thing that I am changing. So, I'm gonna do a whole video on this, but I think that this has got to be somebody that's working for Kanan. I don't think this is Kanan anymore. And the reason being is because we've seen that same sleeve. First off, he does look like a kid. Kanan is short as hell, and this is Raising Kanan, but I don't think he quite there look. And it does look like a little kid. And we seen the same kid looking like he was handing Kanan a bag earlier up in this same trailer. So that's confirmation that this is not Kanan. Now, a couple of our subscribers actually said that this could potentially be Unique's son, Jerome. But my question is, this is absolutely Kanan's place. You can tell by the setup. So why would Unique be breaking in on his son or possibly pushing in his son into Kanan's place? Kind of don't make sense. Now, what would make more sense to me is this is someone that's working for Kanan. Unique broke into the place looking for him, and their kid so happens to be there. Now, who is this kid potentially? Maybe it could potentially be Ghost. It could be him. Maybe Kanan and Ghost has already met, and he's working for him. Because keep in mind, they were part of Kanan's carrier business, according to the original power. And we see the bike there in the background, so maybe this is one of his carrier. Even if it's not Ghost, it's probably one of the little kids that was working for him. Next, we see what looks like to be Unique escaping the chaos that he started at Rock's warehouse, and he's getting up out of there. That's what it looks like to me. You see him hurrying up and jumping down. So I just think this is more of the aftermath of the drama and chaos that he started at Rock's warehouse. And next, we get to one of the most revealing and jaw-dropping and probably the biggest highlight of the trailer. We see a image of Rock shedding tears. Now, throughout the first 3 seasons of Raising Kanan, we know Rock has been hard and cold as ice. So we haven't really seen much emotion out of her, but somehow we are seeing her crying here. Now, in my opinion, only a few things could possibly have taken place with her crying. Now, I have another theory that's going to be a totally different video. I'm not going to give that to y'all here. You're going to see that in the video, but I will go ahead and say this. Someone close to her has passed away, been taken out, or she has to make a very tough decision. But anyways, next we see what looks like to be Detective Garcia again, and the fact that they shown him a couple of times in this trailer is indication that he's going to be a real problem in this particular season. He's been here since season 1, and now I think they probably upgraded his character to a series regular, and he's probably going to be the top detective that's going to be, causing most of the trouble for the top players of the streets. And I think he might end up being the one who ends up converting Juke over to become a police officer, because we've seen them walking earlier in the trailer. Anyways, next we see Kanan, and it looks like he is down and hurt on about something. And in my opinion, only it's between 3 things has happened here. And I'll go ahead and give all 3. Famous has died, one of his uncles has died, or perhaps it's something dealing with the baby with Crystal. I would say it's between one of the 3 that has happened that has gotten Kanan looking like he's shedding tears as well, and he's heard about something. So next we see Unique punching the wall, and to me this looks like his house. So in my opinion, this is probably earlier, maybe perhaps a flashback scene where he possibly figured out that maybe Ronnie took everything he owns, sold all his jewelry, and he has completely nothing left. Maybe he's talking to Vanessa and she tells him everything that has gone on, and he looks like he's angry and he punches the wall. But this definitely looks like his house. Next, we see what looks like to me I don't know. I initially said this is Juke, but hey, this could be that same kid that we were saying earlier too. That's running. It looks like they're going to hurry up and report something. That's my opinion. Looks like it's some kind of sense of urgency that they're rushing to inform someone about some news. And lastly, well, not lastly, but getting close to the last, we seen a hand with a gun, looking like it's playing Russian roulette with someone's life. Now, initially, I didn't know who it was, but after further review with my audience doing the live and me taking a closer look at it, was able to figure out that, of course, this is none other than Marvin himself. And the question is, who is he playing Russian roulette with? Because we can tell by the ring, the bracelet, and even the hand, kind of, that this is, oh, and the black leather jacket, that this is indeed Marvin. So the question is, who is the person that's on the other side of that gun? Could this perhaps be the guy that we seen him, what was his name, Buki or Dookie, whatever that his name was, that he's putting this on, or perhaps it's someone else. Either way, looks like somebody's Christmas is about to be canceled. And next, we go ahead and get to what looks like, kind of looks like it's neat to me. And somebody was saying that this is probably, earlier they were saying this is Kanan, but I was saying this don't look like Kanan to me when we was looking at this on the live. Maybe this is that same kid. And it's crazy. It looks like to me, if it is the same kid, they've shown this kid quite a lot now. And the only reason I can see them showing this kid a lot like this is that this kid is going to have a major role to play in this upcoming season. Now, last, we of course got Stefano, and he's having what looks like it could be a cup of coffee or tea. And of course, he's saying the words, famous last words. Now, of course, they're saying this, and then I believe this is a part of audio of something else. It's not like he's actually telling somebody that. Some people might look at this and say, oh, look, famous is dead. He's saying that he's telling probably Kanan that this is famous. That was with famous last word before he died, which I highly doubt. But hey, you just never know. It could, because sometimes with power, it does turn out to be exactly what it looks like. Like we'll think it's any and everything else, and then sometimes it's exactly what it looks like. So hey, it could turn out to be that. But either way, I would probably go more so and say that it wasn't what he was talking about. He's probably just giving a quote, and then they put it together to make it look like, you know how they manipulate things when it comes to these trailers. But anyways, that is the end of the trailer breakdown. Like I said, I just wanted to do an individual for y'all. So for the ones that didn't catch it when I was doing it live on the channel, and of course, as you see, for the people that did tune in to the live, a couple of things that I noticed has changed. So I just wanted to update it and give y'all an individual video. But of course, I'm definitely looking forward, as always, to seeing what do you guys think as far as the trailer breakdown. Is it a couple of things that you guys may have noticed that I didn't notice myself that you want to include? Leave all of that and more up in the comments. But pretty much that's all I got for y'all as far as this particular video. So if you're cool with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share with your glad friends. But until the next video, I'm out.